Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was provided to us by Nintendo. Thanks a bunch. This new funky mode featuring Funky Kong. It sure is good for, as Nintendo themselves put it, beginners and speedrunners alike. And sure, I get that, if the speedrunners are bad or something. But this new funky mode featuring Funky Kong raises a lot of questions, especially regarding the all-too-important lore and canon of the Donkey Kong universe. When it comes to Donkey Kong, the ape himself, it makes sense that he only has so many hearts. But then why does Funky Kong have so many more? And why can he hover? And land on spikes and attack indefinitely and swim indefinitely and basically have the powers of all the other Kongs combined? I mean, I suppose it makes sense from a game design standpoint. He's the easy mode character, perhaps even the joke character, but you can't expect me to suspend my disbelief this far in your game, Nintendo. One surfboard wouldn't make this Kong so much better than the other Kongs. Why is Funky Kong so good? Why isn't the main hero? Why is Donkey Kong doing all this normally when Funky Kong could just go and save the day literally every time anything happens to the island? Think about how long Donkey Kong Country was. Now think about how easy it would be if Funky Kong just did it. Why is he letting all of this happen? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it's quite the deep Kongspiracy. In every Donkey Kong game where Funky Kong made an appearance, he has been in a position of power. From owning a rental business to a travel agency, and even to an armory. And in Tropical Freeze, he owns the item shop, featuring items that help you find puzzle pieces, give you extra lives, extra hearts, invincibility, and a shield, and... oh, geez. Funky Kong was just saving them all for himself, wasn't he?
And that's the whole theory. Goodbye, everyone. But hey, that's just a theory. That's selfish. I always knew he was charging way too much for those items. And he just downs them like DK downs bananas. Just proving how low cost they must actually be for him to import or produce. I mean, I guess he has to make money somehow. From what I understand, it is rather expensive to be so... funky. That funky lifestyle and all. It's expensive. Do you catch my drift?
It's the 70s all over again. Anyway, but don't you see, Funky almost has a monopoly on the DK Islands. It started with just a transport and shipping company. Cranky owned the item shop, but when you think about it, shipping companies, especially in the past, basically ruled the lands. At least economically speaking. And where there's money, there's power. Just look at the East India Trading Company. Founded in 1602, this company shipped basically everything to and from the Eastern and Western worlds. And if you adjust their power and wealth by today's standards, they would be a $7.9 trillion company, which is such a big number that it's hard to wrap your head around, so let's explain it like this. This one company in its prime during the mid to late 1600s was about the same size as McDonald's is today. If you also combined it with Netflix and Tesla, Chevron, Bank of America, Tencent, Berkshire Hathaway, Johnson & Johnson, Alibaba, Samsung, AT&T, Wells Fargo, ExxonMobil, and Microsoft, and Facebook, and Walmart, and Apple, and Google, and Amazon. All of these combined equals the same economic power the East India Trading Company had back then. At one point, this company had over 70,000 employees, which at the time is an astonishing number. So clearly, if Funky Kong is getting into this business, he is not monkeying around. Because he's an ape. But he's not toying around either. And this little business venture of his may be how he's expanding into a rental business, a weapons shop, and eventually even buying the old family business off of Cranky Kong. In fact, come to think of it, it may have all been a ploy. There are many conspiracies surrounding the East India Trading Company. Many have questioned their business methods and role in the world of the royals back in Europe. Some say that if they wanted, they could just pull a few strings and start a war. Some even claim that they did. And with that much money, they could easily hire their own mercenary group of foreign invaders to attack whomever they pleased. And since Tropical Freeze has few to no spoken words, we can get really theoretical with the story.
And by that, he means he's going to BS you for the whole video. Welcome to Video Game Theorization in 2018.
So, could this invasion from the north been sent by Funky Kong? Perhaps as a ploy to get Cranky Kong out of his item shop to help Donkey Kong take out these invaders? And in the process of doing so, does he sell or even give away his item shop to Funky Kong? It could be. But then if Funky Kong hired them, why would he now be fighting these Vikings? Well, why else? They are Vikings! They went too far, and now Funky is back to kick butt. And he's so overpowered because in the background, he's using his large amass of wealth to power himself up far beyond that of a normal ape. He is basically a superhero now, with the superpower of large amounts of money. Just like Batman, Iron Man, and Bill Gates.
That's really it, isn't it? Well, that was a stupid theory.
And that's not all, I also have stupid DK theories right here. One is about Donkey Kong's lost father and the war. And this other one, I don't think is stupid. It's about whether or not Donkey Kong even could eat all of those bananas in his hoard in time. These videos are both awesome, so check them out, and until next time, never stop using your noggin.
Can't believe we did this.